seeing you afterwards, you knew that it was painful. But Coach Painter also said you at first didn't think it was, because you've been through this before, you didn't think it was necessarily a ligament tear.
No, I know it was something bad, but I didn't think it was my ACL because it felt a lot different than the last time I did it. So I just was hoping and praying that it wasn't, but reality set in that it is, and it kind of sucks.
Yeah. What kind of is the reaction when you finally hear the news?
I was upset. I was down, but a lot of people reached out. My family, friends, even fans around here. People shouted me out on Twitter, and we're not allowed to tweet, but just reading the tweets and seeing what people had to say, it really touched my heart and it meant a lot to me, and it felt like I didn't leave on a bad note. As sad as it is that I tore my ACL and that I'm not playing my senior season, I'm just glad that I got the opportunity to be here and play on this team, play in front of these great people.
Is that especially frustrating considering the trajectory your season's gone in, that you had worked your way up into being a starter and being considered kind of a leader on this team, and we're a pretty integral part of trying to help turn things around here in the last few weeks?
Yeah, it's frustrating because I felt like I was just now getting back to my old self and being able to get that opportunity to play like a lot of more minutes than I was at the beginning of the season. But I'm a strong believer that things happen for a reason, and this is not the end of my basketball career. I'm going to rehab and come back stronger than I did the last time.
I think a lot of people would agree, especially the younger guys, that you've set kind of a really good example and how you handle yourself, your leadership, that kind of thing. Is that something that you can try to leave on for these guys that have more time here left at Purdue?
I hope so. Every day that I've been here, I've tried to work as hard as I possibly can and do everything the coach is asking me and just be a great teammate. That's what I felt I lacked in my previous school. I wasn't outspoken enough. I didn't speak enough, and I didn't lead too much by example. So when I came here, I told myself that I wanted to be a leader as best as my ability, and show these guys what hard work can get you. And I feel like I did that this season, the time that I was here.
What do you see your role as going forward with the rest of the season?
Pretty much the same, except for not playing. I'm going to continue to talk to guys. I'm going to continue to yell at guys if they're not doing the right things. I'm just going to be that extra voice on the bench. Nothing's going to change for me. Just because I'm hurt doesn't mean that I can't, support my teammates and, cheer them on like I would if I was playing.
You kind of talked about it there, but how good does it feel to be so much a part of Purdue and the Boilermakers in such a short amount of time?
I mean, it means a lot to me. I never felt so welcome and so appreciated while playing basketball ever in my career. So this being here for, 9 months, playing 27 games, it just meant a lot. It meant a lot to me to have people, reaching out to me that have no idea who I am. Just seeing me play basketball, and they, just hearing and reading the tweets and things like that, just made me and my family feel really appreciated.
Were you surprised to get that reaction to that extent from just even the fan base around the Big Ten?
Yeah, I actually was. I mean, like I said, I feel like I've never been appreciated in my whole career playing college basketball, and to finally be appreciated when something like this happens, it just makes me feel really good about myself, and, it feels like I did the right thing.
What's your timetable now? I assume, are you getting surgery to repair it and then from there?
Yeah, well, I'm going to rehab before I get surgery. I don't know where I'm going to have surgery yet, but the plan is just to rehab and get the swelling to go away and rehab until I can get my flexion back in there.
Just our defense, our aggressiveness on defense. Last time we let a couple of the players get off as far as the guard play. We just got to be there on ball screen action a lot better, and also on pin down action with Styles, because we just got to keep him to a minimum.
What do you guys lose with Sterling?
Just a leader. He led by example, especially defensively here lately. He's been pretty much guarding a lot of the better players, and just that he always hustles. He always plays as hard as he can when he gets on the court, and that's something that we feel like we've lost.
I know he hasn't been here that long, obviously, him only being a one-year guy, but did it get to the point with everybody around him where, you know, he sort of earned that sort of respect? It makes it really hard to see somebody like that go down.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not that you ever want to see anybody get hurt.
Right.
You know what I mean.
think it really makes it hard for a player like me, especially just because, you know, I understand like this is my last year. If something like that happened to me, you know, I'd be devastated. You know, and not only that, like I said, he's gained that respect as far as, you know, the team. You know, we feel like he works hard every time he gets on the court, and that's respectable. So yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, comment.
Here, the players are different, but just as what's different now for Purdue than it was 2 years ago as far as those fundamental things?
We just had a lot more experienced guys. Like, you know, I think our starting was Lou, me, Ryan Smith, Robbie, and like Sandy. You know, us four were pretty much experienced. You know, I had gained some experience the year before, and those other three guys were definitely experienced. You know, at being seniors, so it was easy, you know, to get openings and things like that because the offense that we ran, they were used to running for 4 years, and they were pretty good at doing that. I feel like now, you know, these guys have a lot of trouble with, you know, keeping our offense running, keeping it running smoothly. So that's where a lot of our turnovers and bad shots and stuff come from.
You mentioned a couple minutes ago, like as things start to kind of fall apart in a game, is that where sometimes the fundamentals fail you as things kind of?
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like at times you'll see it, and it'll be like tight play. Like you'll be like, okay, we're doing it right, and then next thing you know, it'll be a couple possessions in a row where it's like, how do we get here? You know, and it's frustrating at times, but you know, you just gotta try to keep it together.
Are you seeing a connection between the lack of fundamentals on offense and then how it hurts the team defensively? It's something that Coach Painter mentions to us a lot.
Yeah, I think it was you that asked me the other night, kind of the same question. Yeah, it's like we'll make a mistake on offense and they'll go directly to defense, especially in transition. A lot of teams in the Big Ten, you know, feed on transition points, so that's something that you can't do in the Big Ten. I feel like we take a bad shot or somebody will make a turnover, and next thing you know, they're scoring on the other end. So yeah.
Do you see enough talent here in this freshman sophomore class that you think this is something that is coming around that a year from now or 2 years from now that things will be back headed in that other direction?
I think they definitely have the ability to do it. It's just going to be, you know, if they actually do it, like, you know. So yeah, definitely the ability is here. The talent is here in every position. I feel like so it could definitely go up, you know. And it's just going to be if they want to do it, if they want to buckle down and listen and actually do it.
You've seen Michigan once this year and came out on the losing end. Just what has to be better this time around?
I think defensively we have to do a good job of stopping the ball in the paint first and then closing out to your man. I think they do a good job of that, or just probing the defense.
They have just so many weapons, even with McGarry out this year. How does that make them harder to defend just because it's such a versatile group of guys at pretty much every spot?
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, they can all shoot, they can all, you know, handle the ball. It's just hard to guard a team like that, and they can all pass also. So, you know, they just get all each other involved in the game, and it just makes everyone else better.
How do you guys adapt to not having Sterling? I know he'll still be around as far as a presence, I guess, locker room and things like that, but he won't be able to carry that on the floor the way he has the last few weeks.
I mean, we just gotta take the energy he had in these past games and just bring it onto the floor. And we just gotta really just play for him and I don't know, take on what he was doing before.
Is that easier said than done, that energy thing? Because it seems like wouldn't be just him bringing it these last couple of games. It would be everybody if he's out there. Now he's not. Is it just easier said than done to bring that?
I mean, yeah, I think so. I mean, it'll just we'll see when we get on the floor. I guess people just have to bring that energy to the floor, make each other better, and hopefully we can come out with a win.
What have you learned from him this season in the short 9 months that he's been here?
Just hard work. Well, he's a hard worker, and it kind of inspired me to go harder. And he's also, a great person on the court to he's just a great person to play with on the floor.
Coach Painter mentioned today that he likes the strides you've made since last year. One area where he still wants more is that vocal presence on the floor. Is that anything you learned from Sterling in that regard? Because that seemed to be something where he grew over the course of the year, making a bigger impact.
I mean, I just continue to just talk, I guess, when needed, I guess. I mean, I don't know how much vocal he wants, but I mean, I just try to do my job and get everyone involved.
We were talking to Tyrone a little bit earlier about the problems this team has fundamentally sometimes when things start to go downhill in a game, and the fundamentals seem to fail you guys. Do you find the same thing happening out there, that sometimes that's when the mistakes happen, when you can't bounce back maybe from when something starts to go bad?
Yeah, I mean, not just on offense. I mean, on defense also. Like, there's certain stuff that we stick to on defense, and, you know, when things go wrong, we get to doing stuff different ways. We've been practicing, and we just got to stick to the script and just continue to play hard and just stick on